Whimsically Knotted coming to you on a Thursday. Let me pull you up on my screen so I can see what you see, because I turned my phone back around so you'll be able to see the words. But I can't find us yet. Here we are. It's always a guessing game of where we are and when we'll pop up. How is everybody doing? How is your weather? It has been raining. This is the third day. It was raining Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. So it's been wet. I am going to have to turn my camera over a little bit so that I can see what you see better. We are going to be working on an 8x8 canvas panel. You can use this side. I get these from Michael's. They have a nice big frame. But today we are going to use this side. If we have enough time, we will go to the other side. I'm going to make sure that I'm not telling you wrong. Yep, 8x8. Sometimes I guess wrong. And the inside is about 5 1/4. All right. They are nice and smooth. You don't need to sand them, nothing to be done to it. We are going to add a little bit of, this is a beeswax distressing bar from Country Chic. I finally bought me one, and we're just going to, yucks. We're going to add some on here, especially on the corners. If we have enough time, we will do the other side as well. And thank you for all of you that have popped on for our flower kit yesterday in the private group. For those of you that have bought a flower kit, I appreciate you all so much. Let me make that beeswax over. I've got some extra wax right there, and I'm just gonna get rid of that. We will be using the Jump in the Leaves. It is called Jump in the Leaves. And we're just going to use the words on that one. We will use a cute little gnome. Look at this little guy. Is he not just so cute? And we will start with buttermilk. Big old paint booger. I'm going to get rid of that. My 1-inch chip brush. This time I remembered what it was called. And let me know if you guys can see good. I gotta get all these little boogers off of here. Eesh. I don't know where those came from, but they'll sand off. It'll be fine. There might have been some wax residue left. I am not going all the way to the edges. This is going to be a chippy, fun background. Just a little crazy. That is good enough for me. Get rid of all those little things. I am going to go ahead and get a Clorox wipe out so that we can keep our brush moist. So how is your weather this morning? It is raining. Tuesday when we had Bristol, my goodness, it was raining cats and dogs. We had planned on going shopping, but we made it to breakfast and she was not feeling good. She was coughing a lot and she's like, I just want to go home. And I'm like, me too. So we just went home. And she was just quiet all day, just hanging out. We played quiet games, puzzles, and game on her computer, on her laptop, like educational games, and then she took a nap. Good morning, Kimberly. Sunny and perfect temperature. Oh, I love it. Good. I'm glad you could see well. I hope you enjoyed last night. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. Everywhere that we put the wax, the paint will not adhere. So we are just scraping it off. And then I will sand over top of it as well. Sorry for the horrible noise. And I will do the sides last. I don't know yet what color I want the sides to be. But there we got a pretty chippy background. I am going to dump all my little flakes in the trash. I'm going to sand over it. I always sand over it a little bit. To help chippy it up a little bit more. And then we're going to take burlap and add a little bit of burlap. But I'm going to go ahead and use my candle again. My beeswax. And just add a little bit more. Get rid of any of the big chunks on here. And if you hold it a certain way, you can tell whether you got any beeswax on here or not. Because it will shimmer. I thought these were two nice background colors, because if you look into the leaves where he is sitting, they are very similar colors. And this is burlap. This one is from Country Chic. They have paints similar to Fusion Mineral Paint. And I tried them out and I like them. It's a Canada-based company. But they have a warehouse here in the States, I believe, that they ship from, and I really like their product. I don't have as many paints from them yet because I buy them a little at a time. I'm going to use that same brush that I used before. But they have, it's basically intended for furniture paint. But they have all kinds of tools and sealers and different things. And I am pretty much almost just dry brushing this on. As you can tell, I am not really solidly covering. Because I want that look that it has chipped away, faded out. Did you get your flowers? Did you have a chance to get your flowers made yesterday? Did you have any questions, Kimberly? I was going to make sure that there were no questions. You can always message me. I have to finish the one that I didn't get to finish last night. I'm probably going to use this color for the edge, this burlap. That looks pretty good to me already. We will come in with probably the dark wax on the edges and add that in. Awesome. If you have any questions, just let me know. They turned out so cute. If you have not checked out the Essential Stencil page, go see what all they have. The primitive stencils will be back in stock. They are restocking them. So as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know that they are back in stock. The fall collection is available. Oh yeah, this is chipping just the way I thought I wanted it. I'm gonna make sure I don't hurt myself. Get the bottom down here. I always chippy both ways, the way I want it laying, and then I turn it around and chippy it this way. Whoop. Sorry for the noise. And I did not use much wax on here at all. I have to use my little sanding sponge. I can't remember, I bought something and this came with it. So, and it might have been from Country Sheep. I'm going to have to sand really good on the bottom. Your transfers will not stick to wax. So on the bottom where my gnome is going to sit, I am going to sand that really, really good. I'm going to use my other tool because any waxy surface, they will not, if you have oil on your hands and you transfer them to your piece, it will not stick. So, greasy, oily, whether it is from your hands transferred or whether you used wax, sealing wax, it will not stick to any of those things. I know my gnome is going in the middle right here, so I'm going to sand this a little bit more. And I know I'm going to have a garland hanging down, so I'm going to sand right here. We want to make sure that our gnome and our garland will stick. Go back over it with my 120. This is my fine grit. and smooth it all out. All I want on here is jump in the leaves. Nothing. This is where I'm going to lay it right there. But let me see if my little guy will fit. Yep, he will fit just fine. And then we're going to add a row of leaves on the top, and that will fit just fine. I am not going to get all of the swirl on here because I don't want that L to be way over here and then the S and E and just the swirl be over on the left side, on the right side. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is and just lose a little bit of the swirl. I am not doing the leaves, I'm just going to do the words, and I am going to use traditional burnt sienna. Hey, Miss Bunny. You are just fine. You are here, that's what matters. How's little Velcro and Itsy Bitsy doing? Is Itsy Bitsy getting used to everything? I love your names. Your pet names are so awesome. I'm using a 3/4 inch brush today. My favorite brushes are the 1/2 and the 5/8. You see me use the big ones when I have big open spaces or when I haven't washed my brushes. Too much paint, so we're going to offload a little bit more because we want a more dry brush. Thank you for hopping on last night, Miss Bonnie. I appreciate you. And that leaf is really close, so and that one is even closer. So instead of taping, I am just using this backer board. I just cut up one of the 6x6 packs. I just cut it up and used it as a backer board. You can cut up a cereal box to use as a backer board. That's what I call it, a backer board, to help you cover up spaces that you don't want to stencil. And see how much paint we still have left in our brush. And we just gotta do this little swirl right here. I will go over it one more time. I'm gonna dry it real quick and then I'll go over it again, because I want to darken it just a little bit. Itsy Bitsy and Velcro. They are just so cute. And don't forget to post pictures of your finished flowers. We want to see them. I went over a little bit right there on that leaf. Hopefully we can wipe it off. a bit more paint. I go to my offload spot first when I reload. Sometimes I even go to my offload spot on my napkin or paper towel or coffee filter, whatever I'm using. Because there is a lot of times still plenty of paint left on there to finish out. Right now I'm using my finger to just cover that piece up right there. I think that looks good. See how bad we did on the, got a little smudge here and a little smudge there, but we got it. We got this. Nothing a little spit and a Q-tip can't fix. This one is so faint you wouldn't have even noticed. If you have something like that happen and it is in a spot where you cannot get rid of it, just add a leaf or a ladybug or a critter or something on there. This almost looks like a burlap background. That's what it reminds me of. Alright, let's hope that I sanded enough and our transfer will stick. Let's do the leaves first. For those of you that are new to transfers, hold on to the clear part where there is no print. Pull off that backer sheet and then you have your part that will transfer. Hover over your piece on where you want it. I want those two strings to be all the way up at the top, about the same distance from the edge. So I'm going to lay that down first, because once it lays down, it is down. You will not be able to lift that back up again. I normally always rub over it with my hand. The heat, in my mind, helps. Use your essential stencil tool. I like this one. Most of the time they come with this tool, which is a great tool as well. But I really love this new one. It has a little groove in the back. And they just adhere so easily with this new tool. I don't know what it is about this tool, but it makes it a lot easier. I'm just going to turn this. I just went over the edge just to make sure I didn't have anything. Make sure you get this skinny little line so that it will transfer good for you. And let's see. If you feel resistance, go over it again. If you cannot lift your clear sheet off, use a piece of tape. If something lifts up, just lay it back down and rub over it again. I'm going to come in from the other end because I don't want to pull it and then lose something on the end over here. So I'm coming in from the other side. Sometimes it's an optical illusion. I thought I was losing part of my stem, but I wasn't. It was an optical illusion. And we are on and see everything transferred down. I normally rub over it, and that right there looks pretty just by itself already. Yes, he is loud. I know your babies are just awesome. I left that little leaf on there, that falling leaf, because we might add a couple of leaves. We'll see what you guys think, but I thought that little falling leaf was cool. Another tip, this backer sheet has a shiny side and a dull side. If you, for whatever, let's say you pull it up, the phone rings and need to answer it. What you going to do with it? You can carefully lay it back on the shiny side and put it to the side and answer the phone or the door. So no worries there. Just make sure you lay it back on the shiny side. And this little guy is gonna sit pretty much in the middle down here. In the leaves. And I think I'm going to add a couple of more leaves around him like they are falling, because to me it looks weird that there's a pile of leaves. You have one leaf. I just think we're going to add a couple of more leaves. What you guys think? Should we add some more leaves? And I love the colors of this. This leaf garland right there. Oh my gosh, the colors are just gorgeous. I love the fall colors. We used to go every year to the mountains to see the leaves. We haven't done that in a while. But I love watching the leaves change colors. I mean, I literally sit there and watch them change colors, but go to the mountains to see the... And you know, it never dawned on me that Amanda Dillon with Metal Modern Design was saying that she wants to travel so she can, you know, have the fall vibes and see the leaves. It never dawned on me that they don't really have leaves changing in Florida because of the climate. Well, not much of a fall season. It never dawned on me that, you know, other places don't have the things that, you know, we enjoy or like, whether it is the ocean breeze or the cool sunsets over the ocean or the fall leaves. I never thought about that. That just reminds us that we should not take things for granted. Enjoy what you have around you and make time for memories. Make time for enjoying what is available to you. It's just like I said, when I lived in Germany, I really didn't visit the neighboring states or countries, not states, countries. And I'm like, I was so close and I never went. And now it'll cost me, you know, 10 times as much to go over there to see. So don't take what you have around you for granted. The same when we lived in Pennsylvania. We were so close to Amish country, I never went. But you know, that comes with wisdom and knowledge and age. Yeah, summer to winter. And I never thought about that. It's just like, I know scenery changes. When we went to Oklahoma to see our son graduate from boot camp in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, we went, when we went down, we went the bottom states, and when we came back, we went the upper states. And the further west we went, the flatter the land got. I knew that, but seeing it is amazing. But then when we came back, it's kind of like we came out of a tunnel, and all of a sudden there were the Appalachian Mountains. It's like, wow. I mean, it just really, if you take time to look at what is around you, it is amazing the things that you will see. So I'm saying, don't take things for granted. And just look at things, and look at all these cute things that are on here. I just absolutely love this transfer set. And they've got really little ones too. You can make some cute things with those little ones, like maybe little ornaments and the little hedgehog, and I'm just in love. In love with these, in love, in love. All right, let's spread these out a little bit. Well, actually, that would look good right there, but these I need to spread out. I don't want them all in a row. Just a couple of leaves here and there, just to show that these are falling leaves, that it is time to jump in the leaves. And put that little one down here. And we have 7. I always like odd numbers. We got 4 right here and then 3 right here. You almost can see the clear plastic on here to pull it off. And these are just faint enough that you'll see something is there, but they're not in your face, and I like that. And honestly, if you will lose part of your leaf, that is okay too, because sometimes leaves break. Or maybe a little worm got hungry and ate most of your leaf. I used to be a perfectionist, but creativity has learned me to, or taught me, not learned me, to accept imperfection. What you guys think? Is that enough on there? Should we leave it the way it is? I think that looks good. Jump in the leaf. I am going to sand over it really lightly because the grain raised a little bit, and I always go over my transfer. Let's do the other side real quick, and then we can add a little bit of the dark wax around. Whenever you work on the other side, don't be like me and accidentally turn it upside down or something. For this one, I am going to paint the inside in buttermilk. And I'm just going to use that same brush. Actually, I'm just going to paint everything in buttermilk. Now our doggies are barking. Must be Amazon or FedEx or the neighbor. They don't like anybody in their yard. Our dog barks at people at the stop sign. He thinks he owns that road. It's like, you're on my road, dude. Trying to get the inside real quick. Little edges. Yep, it's Amazon. Trying to juggle this piece, so I won't get my hands all wet from paint. Which one of the fall collection is your favorite? I like the Gathering Place. That one to me is like really amazing. I'm gonna dry this and then we'll do the sides. Use a different brush for the sides. Got a little bit of a extra paint right there, and I don't want that to dry like that, so I have to get that out. I'm going to use the burlap for the sides. I think that burlap will look good. And if we want a darker frame, we can always come back with that burned traditional burnt sienna. I will check messages. Yeah, I'm gonna check messages. I'm gonna check comments here in just a second. I just have to get that little. I spilled some paint. A lot of times, if you thin your paint, you want to put water on your brush or add a little bit of water to your paint. It will flow easier. The roosters woke you up. Bonnie, did they wake you up too? Oh. Yeah, my daughter is making a rooster pen. Because we've got several roosters. We've got our own hatched chickens, and there were a few roosters in there, so we're gonna have to separate them. So we can fatten them up and put them in the frying pan. Alright, since I got a little bit on there, I am just going to dry brush some over here. And then I'm going to go back over with the I don't like how this one is going. Get the right brush for the right project. Trying to get the brush strokes in the same direction. Now this one is a little distressed looking too. Like I said, if we want to add a little bit of that rust color in, we can. But first we're going to put our transfer in. You heard him. Man, being loud today. I want to do fall on the other side as well. I just like this one. It does not fit perfectly in here, but we will make it work. I cut it as close as I could to the design. And now I'm going to have to find some spots to hold onto it. I lined up my bottom first, and then I'm pushing everything else in, going into the edge with my nails. And now we can burnish this baby in. I have some that going up right here, so I'm gonna put that in. There's a little bit right there, so I want to make sure we get that adhered good. And he is just cute with his little squirrel friends. Got a couple of leaves going up on this side. Now the tricky part, trying to find a place to lift this up. Not only to lift it up, but to be able to hold onto it. Once you have a piece lifted, then you're good to go. And this tool goes into the corners nicely. I want to come from the bottom up. I turn mine so that I can get the best adhesion, the best way to lift this. We don't want to lose anybody on here. I'm going to make sure our little friend gets transferred down. I'm going to get in that corner a little bit more. Sometimes you just have to use your nail. This tool doesn't go in the corners completely because it'll stop it and it is rounded. But you can use your fingernail or switch to the other tool right here because you've got that corner right there. And just tug gently because sometimes your clear plastic gets stuck under the frame. So just tug lightly so you won't pull your design up by accident. Keeps getting stuck on the sides. That one little corner right here. I think I got it. We got it all off. See, there's nothing left. Look how pretty that looks with the tree going up in there. Still got a little bit of time. I am going to use out of the word stencils, out of this pack. I'm going to use autumn leaves. And I'm going to use the same burnt sienna, traditional burnt sienna color. And this will be a fun fall shelf sitter that you can see from both sides, or you can turn it around. Like every week you can just turn it around and look at a different side. I just dried it a little bit so that I can do a second coat. I absolutely love the words. Which ones are your favorite stencils out of that fall bundle? Yes, I love that tree. Oh man, I had a little bit of bleed, but it's okay. It is okay. I am not stressing over it. am just eyeballing this. I have not measured this. I had too much paint in my brush, so I have a little bit of bleed, but I'm okay. I think when I sand it down, it will be fine. I did not offload enough when I reloaded my brush. I love the font on these words. They are just so fun. And I'm going to add leaves in the corners from our stencil. I think these are a really good addition to our little sign. I don't want them all the same, so I am switching around and using different leaves. Let's see which one I want to put on the top. Just for some fun. I've got to get a little bit of the, you know what? I'll just add a little bit more distressing to this. Frame this in a little bit. Enhance the corners a little bit. And we'll do the same thing around the edge. And our little distressed piece is perfect. So you can use your stencil brush for other things than just stenciling. I want a little bit more on here. I think that turned out really pretty. I am going to add a little bit of distressing to the sides because it will tie in with the front and the back. You can faintly see it. It just gives it that little bit of extra. I said we were going to use the wax, but I really like this, pulls it all together. So we are just going to use that same color that we used for the jump in the leaves. And I'm going in a downward motion at an angle. This brush is pretty much dry. And there's our sides, and then there's our back side, and all I gotta do is just sand this a little bit. Let's get it all finished and beautiful looking. There we have it. Jump in the leaves, have fun, and autumn leaves. There's a lot of football stuff in there, and I'm not a football person, but you know, there's a lot of football people that like football. I just really like how that looks like burlap almost in the background. I like that. And then our little gnome right there. I just love it. And if you have it sitting somewhere on the bar or in the kitchen where it can be seen from both sides, you have fall vibes either way. So, and I have a little bit of bleed on that autumn. I am not worrying about it. It is not that much and it's not that noticeable. You a football person, so you'll love all the football stencils that are in there. They are amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm just not much. I watch it, but I'm not, you know, into it. I used to be a baseball person, but I haven't even watched baseball that much. All right, let me, you know what? I only see you two on. I'm going to put both of you in the Happy Mail bucket. I just see your two names, so you're both going in there. That's what I say. What is today's date? 7. And Miss Kimberly. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for the heart, the thumbs up. All those things make a huge difference on the crazy Facebook. And if you are interested in any of the stencils or transfers or anything from Essential Stencil, please use my code. It does help me out a lot. Every little bit helps to bring you new content, to get, you know, maybe another stencil or brush or paint. My favorite, Happy Mail. I like giving out Happy Mail. Alright, in the bucket. That was Miss Kimberly. Now Miss Bonnie going in the bucket. And we will draw at the end of September. One more time. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you guys so much. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. And if you have any questions on the flower assembly, let me know how to make them. And I'll answer your questions. Have a blessed day. And I will see most of you on Saturday for Soul Filled Saturday.